Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is episode 38 of the Life of Gaming podcast. My name is Jamie, and I'll be your captain on this cruise of video game awesomeness. And you all know my co-host, the ghost with the most, the Stimpy to my Ren, Mr. Josh Brandt.
Hello, sir. It's good to be talking with you again.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year. What a
How you
great
doing?
year indeed. And
Right.
I went right out of the gate swinging with sickness. Yes.
Oh my
gotta love
gosh,
that.
dude. See, Brittany is so sick right now, and I wasn't feeling too good earlier, but we're gonna
power through this, man. It's been too long.
Dude, the problem is all this Ohio weather, because it's hot, and then it's cold, and then it's snowing, and then it's like 60 degrees, and it's like, it's...
Like 70 degrees for Christmas, and then
I know.
drops to like -10 the next day. Gotta love it.
Oh, man, dude, that's hilarious. Hey, actually, speaking of Christmas, sir, did you get any new games you've been checking out?
Star Wars Battlefront was the one game I got this Christmas.
Cool. Awesome.
And
Yeah, I didn't get much games either. I mean, the only game I got this Christmas was Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is
that'll
a
take
mighty,
up the rest
mighty
of
game.
2016. Yeah.
Right.
I've been watching
right.
a lot of movies lately, though.
Oh,
I watched
cool.
The Hateful Eight last night.
Oh, dude, I've been looking forward to see that. How was it?
It's, signature Quentin Tarantino film. Had
Right.
great dialogue. It was pretty boring to me, though. Like, I almost fell asleep a few times, which
Wow.
people are probably like, what the heck? That's like the best movie. But it was okay. I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
You gotta like it.
Cool.
Gotta like it.
We actually watched a movie the other day since I had some time off, which was kind of nice. We actually rented it on Amazon because we had a coupon for like 80% off. It cost us like $1. But we just watched American Ultra. I don't know if you know what that is, Brent.
I've
It's that
heard
movie
of
with
it.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart. Is that her name?
Is it
The
like
one
a blast
Twilight
from the
movies?
past for the 80s or something?
No, well, it's kind of like a comedy spy movie. It was actually really good. Like, I actually really enjoyed it, and Brittany liked it too. It was actually pretty good. Pretty good for like $1 movie. Not too bad.
If you ever want to see a true man movie, see The Revenant.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the one with Leonardo
man,
DiCaprio.
dude, so intense.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, the cinematography, especially when he fights the bear. Oh man, you could feel
I've heard
every hit.
horrible things about them filming that scene.
Oh my gosh, how did they do it? That's what I want to know.
Yes. Well, guys know it's not just Brant and I. We're going to bring in a very tired man, my brother-in-law, Matt.
Tired? What are you talking about?
You were falling asleep earlier, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Shh, we don't need to let him know.
Right. It's past your bedtime, so.
The life
So,
of
Matt,
a teacher.
Now, I know you got Battlefront for Christmas as well, correct?
Yes, I've been playing a lot of Battlefront. I didn't catch any double weekends, but without double weekends, I'm up to like level 17 or so, if that lets you know kind of how much I've played.
Cool.
Definitely a great game. Like, love Star Wars, and so therefore I love this game. It's, I don't know. It's honestly, the crazy thing about it too, I'm terrible with first-person shooters online. Like, all of you out there who've ever played with me, you'll notice, like, if I play Halo, I love Halo so much, but I will play a multiplayer game, get 2 kills and, like, 25 deaths. That is how awesome I am at that.
The Halo
But with Star Wars
Master?
Battlefront, yeah, with Star Wars Battlefront, I play, and I still am terrible on, like, most modes, except the Starfighter mode or whatever it is, like, where you battle with ships. Like,
Sure.
I don't know what it is, but maybe first-person shooters don't know how to like fly ships. But I finished that like constantly top 2.
Dude,
like, I'll get,
that's
like,
how I
25
am
kills
too.
and, like, 5 less.
Like, I know where
Yeah.
to get the Millennium Falcon or the Slave One, and then I just mow people down the whole match, and like I can get in the top 2 each time. I get the most points out of that round.
Yeah, I've never actually found the Millennium Falcon. Like, I haven't looked for those. I just go like normal like fighter pilot mode. Like, but it's I don't know what it is. Just people. Apparently,
The
people who play
trick
first-person
is-
shooters do not know how to control ships.
Yeah, the trick is if you slow yourself down, you can actually turn easier. So
Yeah.
I'll just go really slow, catch up to somebody, then go real slow, then they'll pass me, then I'll just turn around and start blasting them and speed up to catch up to them, and it works out
Yeah,
really
and the
well.
Classic Star Fox.
Definitely. And the other thing too is
Do a
you
barrel
have to
roll.
wait. You have to wait until you're almost like locked on, even to fire your lasers. Because if you start firing them like right away, they're not super accurate. But if you wait until you're kind of locked on and straight on, and wait like 2 seconds, and then you fire your lasers, you destroy a ship in a matter of like a couple seconds.
Yeah,
So,
it's funny in the Battle of Jakku. Have you played that map, Matt?
yeah, that's pretty
If
cool
you get
map.
in
I
the
like it.
speeder, there's a trick when you get to the last point that you have to take over. If you just take the speeder, go out, then come back in, and then just aim at the certain spot where the guys keep spawning, you can just rack up so many kills that way.
So what you're saying, you're kind of like being a camper. You're
Yeah.
just like waiting for
Yeah,
the
it's
respawn
like-
point.
but
That's horrible.
I had like 50
Don't
kills.
be like Brant, folks.
But it was great. They were just spawning, and I
You're
come
ruining
around
all
and
these
start
children's
firing.
dreams.
These people
Like they
were
got it
just
for
getting
Christmas.
so pissed off at me.
They're all excited. These little kids are all excited because they got it for Christmas. They love Star Wars, and now you made them hate Star Wars. So
Oh, it's
congratulations.
That's
sir.
the only way I do really good, because I like Matt. I'm not good at first-person shooters on
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Got
So I'll take whatever
I really-
advantage I can get, man.
Well, hey Matt, I know we were
Yeah.
talking about movies earlier. Have you seen any good movies lately?
Saw Star Wars twice, which was awesome.
wow.
Me too. Yeah, I saw it again.
Yeah,
I've
and,
only seen it once.
like I knew that movie was gonna break the record because I went in there like 2.5 weeks in or something like that. Like it'd been out for a couple of weeks on a Tuesday at 12:15 in the afternoon because I had time off for being a teacher, and I was thinking there's no way that there's gonna be too many people. I mean, it's 12:15 showing. And yeah, it was Christmas break, but I mean, it can't be that many. The thing was packed. Like I only saw like 2 open seats.
Yeah.
Like that's
we
incredible.
went
It's
on a
crazy.
Tuesday at 10 in the morning, and
Yep.
it was packed.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
See, we saw it the Sunday after Christmas, and it was sold out. But we went to a 3D showing. It was at 4:00 in the afternoon, and it was sold out.
Yeah. James, did
I also saw.
Oh, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead, sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, James, when Chris and David on Facebook, remember when they were
I know.
talking?
They were talking about how awful it was. Like, this is the worst
I was
movie
just like,
ever.
you
Or
can't be
"What, are you
serious, dude."
serious?
No.
Like, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think people are like way too cynical in this world now. It's like they pretty much want to find what's wrong with everything rather than just sitting back and seeing whether or not they enjoy it.
Well,
Right.
their argument
Right.
was for the lightsaber duel. Like, they felt it was
What?
just very poor, weak.
Yes. Yeah, they said it was bad
And
choreography.
they said the prequels were a lot better, and I'm like, well, the prequels and everything else were inferior, and the lightsaber battles were so over choreographed they didn't look real.
Right.
So-
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. Oh, dude, it's.
Although I do
Which is
got to
absolutely
admit though, the
hilarious.
Darth Maul lightsaber battle with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan is still cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's still cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you look at episode 1, the best parts were, you're right, the Darth Maul lightsaber battle and the pod racing, because the pod racing video game was awesome.
Well,
But,
even like
yeah.
when the lightsaber battle, the Duel of Fates song or whatever, that's like that famous
Yeah.
song. Like
Ba-ba,
that's the one like
ba-ba,
song that everybody
ba-ba,
loves from the
ba-ba,
prequels.
Yeah, that's so great. Yeah. Could go on forever. Yeah, and they kill off
it's
Darth
great-
Maul in
great
the first.
music.
I won't even go there. But why kill off the best
Well,
thing?
actually, he's apparently, according to the animated series, he's still alive.
Yeah,
somewhere.
but he's got a comic series. It's weird. Like I know you guys will
Yeah, it's
probably never
really
watch
weird.
Clone Wars, so I'll just tell you what happens.
Nope.
But he like basically like died, but he was still kind of half alive as like a spider like thing, where
He
his head
fell
was
down
still
a large
alive on like a
shaft.
spider.
How could he?
Yeah, but I don't know how he
The
got
force
there,
was
but,
so strong, he just
like his
fled.
yeah apparently. But then like his brother,
Oh,
he's
dude.
got like or not really a brother, but like one of his fellow species on like this one planet, because there's only one planet where those people with little spikes in their heads are, and he goes off and on a mission and finds him and brings him back to life, and he like slowly recovers, and they gives him a new body that I think it's all mechanical, but. And then Darth Maul's whole plan is like, I want revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and so they spend like
Got it.
half the season like trying to track down Obi-Wan, and then they get beat again, and then he just disappears. And he also wants
Well, to
revenge
get
on
us back
Sidious.
on track, outside of all this Star
Yeah.
Wars talk, real quick, let's talk about what we've been playing over Christmas. I mean, we had a pretty good break in there. I actually got back. I tried to sit down and play Witcher 3. It's one game of the year. It actually just one game of the year on IGN as well as a bunch of other places. I played it for like a couple hours, and I just wasn't feeling it.
It's not your type of game, James.
It's not. I mean, everyone keeps saying get to the Bloody Baron mission. I don't know how far into the game that is. Everyone says get to that, at least get to that. And so I'm gonna start trying to push through and get to that. But what I've actually done, I've gone back and started playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate again. And I'm just going around trying to pick up all the additional treasure chests and 100% that game. On top of playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X is amazing. It's really, really good. I'm only about maybe 10 or 15 hours into it, but it's really, really good. I love it a lot. It's very different from Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's still a really good game. The only thing that kind of annoys me with it is your character. You have a silent protagonist, which, we kind of got used to over the years from like Link and Zelda and things like that. But in this one, it's kind of weird because characters, everyone else's voice, and they're directly talking to you, and you'll just kind of like nod, or a little prompt will pop up saying, you said this. But it's like, it kind of pulls me out of the experience a little bit.
Yeah, I see what you're
but
saying.
Other than that, the game is really, really good. I like it a lot. But yeah, it's great. But Matt, what about you, man? Has it just been Battlefield?
Battlefront,
other than Battlefront,
James.
Yeah, Battlefront. Gotta get that right.
My bad.
Other than that, I've been playing. I got Assassin's Creed Unity, which I'm super pumped about. Like, I'm really enjoying that. I know everybody trashed that game.
I liked it a lot too.
Yeah, a lot of people trashed it because they were so used to Black Flag. Black Flag is great. Up until like it's one of my favorites, but I think part of it too is I really enjoy the French Revolution, and that's one of the subjects I cover and I teach and stuff. So I guess, having a little more knowledge about that than some of the other eras in history that the Assassin's Creed games have been in, it's like makes it really cool for me. But still, I really like it. I'm looking forward to getting to Syndicate eventually. And then the other game I've been playing is Peggle 2. My wife actually got into that, and we've been going through it together, trying to get through all the levels. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Other than that, though, not a whole lot. Lego Dimensions, more of that because that game's awesome.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, Brant, what about you, man?
I reviewed this game, Amplitude. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah, Amplitude, right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Is that by Harmonix?
Yes. And I love games with good music. And this game has plenty of it. The electronic soundtrack is awesome. I reviewed it for PlayStation Enthusiast, actually. So you can read my review over there. But yeah, it's pretty much Amplitude, like the PS2 version. But there's this mode you can also change it to frequency mode, which goes around the whole barrel. And yeah, it's a lot of fun for a rhythm game. I mean, you don't need all the plastic instruments or anything. So, I mean,
sure,
if you're into that sort of thing, I definitely recommend checking it out. That was cool.
They should definitely reboot Parappa the Rapper.
Yes.
Hey, Matt, you know what is a really good rhythm game?
What's that?
Harmonite.
Oh, that is an awesome rhythm game. I love that game.
I want to try Crypt of the Necrodancer. Have you guys heard of that?
It sounds really familiar.
Yeah, it's like a roguelike rhythm game. I guess only for PC or iOS, but I would really love to play that.
Cool.
And I've still been playing Bloodborne. I love that game. The more I play it, the more I love it. It's creepily going into my top 10 games of all time. And
wow.
Yeah, I've even played a little bit with Dodge, David Dodge, to the unacquainted.
Cool.
But
the one that did not like Star Wars.
But he does love blood, so yeah, it's a blast. Cool. There's been other games I've been on and off about, but I can't think of them right now.
Sure. So, well, Matt, what were you going to say, man?
I got for Christmas, another game I got for Christmas, haven't touched it yet because is Batman Arkham Knight. I know everybody says it's like great game, but earlier in the year, I heard talking about it. I liked the Arkham series, but City kind of like was too much for me, and I haven't got into. I haven't actually started it yet, but I mean, is that something I should jump on pretty quickly?
Well, I honestly, until October, November, that was my favorite game of the year, and I feel like City was my favorite, and it still is, but I feel like Arkham Knight kind of it tightens the formula more, where City, I agree. I mean, you go all over the place. In this one, you still kind of travel everywhere, but the missions are much more streamlined. And now you have the Batmobile, so you travel a little bit faster. And now when you go different places, you'll have like random like Batman Rogue Gallery enemies come out.
It's
and, like,
really
it's actually
cool.
really cool.
I really liked how
really
they did
good.
that.
Yeah, I think you'll like it because it's kind of a mix of Asylum and City. It like takes the best parts of each.
Okay, because I really liked
and
Asylum.
then adds a horrible Batmobile in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
which is like driving a dump truck on
driving's
ice.
okay. It's when you have to shoot other electronic tanks that it really tanks.
Yes,
literally.
right.
But other than that,
so,
it's a good game.
Speaking of tanks,
sorry, go ahead,
fun
man.
fact: you know it's legal in the United States to own your own tank.
No way.
Well, that's good to know.
Yep.
We can't own guns anymore, but we can own tanks, baby. Yeah.
I don't think you can have it actually like armed, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's
But
legal.
you
to
can
own your own
run
tank.
over stuff in houses with it. So
Yeah,
Oh my
you know.
gosh. Brant with the tank would not
that's just
a
that
good
would just
thing.
be scary to think about. Ugh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, to get us back on track here, get us back into some life of
Who
gaming
needs to be
stuff.
on track?
One thing I wanted to mention, check out our YouTube page. We started a brand new series called Indie Log. And in it, we're just it's like little short 2 to 5 minute videos where we talk about our favorite indie games and why we love them and why you should check them out. Our first one went up last weekend for Little Inferno. And, you know, I've got a few more on the way. I know Matt's got some coming. Brant, you've got some coming. And we also have some guests coming in to make some as well. So it's going to be a great series if you guys are interested in, you know, what kind of indie games are out there on PS4 and Xbox and Wii U and PC. We're going to have it all covered. So make sure to check those out. We're hoping to have those maybe every other week, have a new one come out. So maybe 2 or 3 a month is what we're hoping for. So just keep an eye out for those.
I want to play that game that you showed off.
Little Inferno. It's a good
Yeah.
game. It really is.
It's not for. Is it for the Wii?
It's for Wii U and
actually?
PC.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Well, never mind.
Nope.
You got a PC,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, his PC can't play anything.
Well, I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
piece of crap PC.
Oh, man. Well, okay, guys, with that, let's hop into our news section in what we call Captain's Log. Okay, guys, it's a brand new year, so not much has really happened yet. But the first few delays of the year have happened.
Yes.
Woo! So the year has officially
Let
started.
the delays come.
On the Xbox, when we talked about our most anticipated games of 2016, I mentioned Scalebound. Scalebound has now been pushed to 2017.
Yeah.
So some people are saying it's probably going to be like early 2017, like maybe a February game. So I mean, kind of like what happened to Star Fox. I'm fine with that. I'm still super excited for it. And if they need time to polish it, that's fine. The other game on Xbox that was delayed, Recore, which they say it's delayed, which I thought was kind of surprising because there was no actual release date yet. But apparently, when they first announced it, they said it was coming spring of 2016. Now they say it's going to be coming winter of 2016, so much farther in the year, which honestly, in my opinion, it's probably going to be 2017 now.
Yeah, that game, I mean, all we've seen is a CGI trailer. I was surprised that it was even realistically going to, or in some people's minds, going to come out this year.
So, Brant, what do you think about these delays, man? I mean, was it expected?
Well, for Recore, definitely. That's a game I wouldn't expect to see until 2018, to be honest with you. It seems like more of a concept than anything else. A great concept,
Sure.
which I'm really intrigued by, but it's got to be a ways off. And then Scalebound,
Yeah.
I don't really have any interest in at all. So, but I expected that to be 2017 too, because it looked a little rough around the edges.
Sure.
See, I
right.
thought actually that Scalebound possibly could come out this year because they had gameplay for it already, and they had like a scene from the game. And but I guess Last Guardian they had too. Is Last Guardian supposed to be this year?
Yes,
Supposed to be.
Yeah,
still.
that
But there will
Right.
be riots in the streets if it's not out in 2016.
that's true.
I guarantee you.
Well, yeah, right. This is their last chance. If they miss this one, it's over.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Recore didn't shock me though. That I mean, CGI
Right.
trailer. Yeah.
I was actually surprised at E3 when they said Recore is coming 2016. I was like, there's no way. But they said it was, so we'll see. But on the PlayStation side of things, rumors have come out about PlayStation VR. And Brant, I know you and I were talking about this earlier. Yep. With Oculus Rift being announced, and they said it was going to be $600, which to me I thought was higher than what I expected. Yeah. I was expecting around $400 or so. But with PlayStation VR, I mean, they haven't announced price or anything like that yet, but a listing on Amazon popped up for pre-order, and it said the PlayStation VR was going to cost $800. And, of course, Facebook and everybody exploded. Oh, my gosh. And people saying that's way too high. And other people saying that can't be true. It must be wrong. And PlayStation came out, and all they said was, we have not announced the price for PlayStation VR yet. They didn't say it was true. They didn't say it wasn't true. So, Brant, what do you think about the price of $800?
I think it is false, to be honest with you. I don't think they would make fun of the $600 price point of the Oculus. At least Kaz did. Kaz Hiroshi, or whatever his name is. The president of...
I thought that was a fake account. Like it was like a joke.
No, that he always jokes like that. Any Twitter post he post is actually a joke. He's hilarious. It wouldn't be Shuhei because he's the humble Sony exec, but yeah,
right.
I don't think it's an actual price. In my predictions, I'll go over more of the price point, but
okay,
yeah, that would just, I think, be too much for them. I don't think they would recoup what they spent on it with that price point, and quite frankly, it just wouldn't be smart on their part, I don't think.
Sure. Well, Matt, what about you, man? I mean, with Oculus coming in at $600, and let's say PlayStation is around, $500 or $600, do you think that's going to be an issue for VR going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are excited for it, but I don't think enough people would buy it at, like, either of them at $500 or $600 for VR to really be the future of gaming, to where that's where everything goes to. It's a little expensive, I guess, for the average consumer. We got to think that 5-10% of gamers actually get really into this stuff and read everything on the internet and follow it. 90% are kids or families or casual people who just kind of buy games they're interested in or systems they're interested in. So I don't think that 90% is going to look at that price tag and think that it's worth it to get either the Oculus or the PlayStation VR, unless the PlayStation VR is really like $200 or $300.
Sure. And the only reason I thought there could be any validity to the $800, because if you match headset to headset, let's say they're both $600, one thing the PlayStation VR has that Oculus doesn't, PlayStation VR has to come with this special, like, almost like an extra processing box that says about the size of a Wii, maybe a little bit bigger, and you plug your VR headset into that, and then that goes into the PlayStation 4. So it kind of needs extra power to run on the PS4. Or with the Oculus Rift, you just plug it into your PC. You don't have any extra parts or boxes. So I was thinking, well, if headset to headset is $600 and they're charging around an extra $100, $200 for this extra processing box, I could see it being more than $600, possibly, but that was the only logical way I could think of it being $800. I mean, that's really high.
Well, like you said, the Oculus is, the specs have to be up on your PC already to even run the thing. So,
and it takes 4 USB ports. So pretty much you need 4 USB ports on your computer.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Now mine has 6 on it. I know some computers, like most laptops, have like 2 to 3. So yeah, you need 4.
You need the power.
USB. You need 3 USB 3.0s and 1 USB 2.0 to run it.
See, and watch the Oculus Rift and the PlayStation VR come out. And I know PlayStation said they got like 100 games. Oculus, there's got to be a bunch of companies making games for it. Watch like 80% of those games be WiiWare caliber stuff in the VR space. But yeah,
sure. Because if you look at a lot of the games that have been announced, it's little things like the work simulator, or there's that one game, Brant, what is it called? It's like a spaceship game. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head.
No, Valkyrie?
Yes. Is it Eve Valkyrie?
Maybe.
Yeah, like that's the only game that seems like it's a full game. I mean, unless No Man's Sky, which, we've been kind of thinking about for a while. But everything else I've seen has been like Work Simulator or like, oh, here's a little goofy game where, it's just really small, short burst experiences. It's not a full-on game. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I think the main thing is, like, the early adopters are the hardcore.
Right.
And then a year or two from now, when they patch things and made things better, that's when everybody will start.
And it'll drop like $200.
Right, and I'm not sure if it's the future of gaming. I wouldn't say that yet, but it seems like the companies have a heavy investment in this, and it's something that they want to continue for a very long time.
Sure, but I mean, they said the same thing about 3D gaming and the same thing about motion gaming.
And Kinect and
Kinect.
PlayStation
Remember the Move?
Yeah.
What about Wonderbook?
Can't forget Wonderbook.
That was a winner. So we'll see. I mean, we have no idea where the future's headed. So, I mean, that's what our show is about today when we get to our topic of the week.
That's true.
But Nintendo, more rumors about the NX. Right now, another rumor came out that said the NX will be announced between March and May of this year, like just saying the name of the console, and they'll have a full reveal, at what the system looks like and all the games at E3, and then it will release sometime in October, November. I can see that happening because if you look at the release schedule for Wii U and 3DS, there's really not that much coming. So hopefully that NX is right around the corner.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like a rumor so much as just like an educated guess. That's probably real. Like, that doesn't sound like something that somebody had inside information. That sounds like anybody who pays attention to this stuff would know that's probably the best window to announce it and then show off. So,
hey, okay, quick shot fire question here, guys. What is the NX official name going to be? Brant, go.
The Nintendo Neo.
Okay, Matt, go.
Nintendo Pocket Console.
Oh, man.
You guys have let me
Well, you
down.
gave us a fire shot. You didn't give us any preparation.
At least Neo has a cool tinge to it.
I thought about it. I figured they're just going to call it like the Nintendo Next. Like, just add an E and a T
smart.
in there.
Yeah.
And just...
Nintendo
See, most people only come up with clever stuff that's either like joke related or
very true.
something like that instantaneously.
Oh, remember when they thought the sequel to the Wii was going to be called the Wii Stream?
Yeah.
And hey, that actually, it does stream to the Game Pass.
It does.
So, some of those rumors were true. So it'll be interesting to see what
for
rumors
ice
we've heard on the
cream.
NX will be right. But real quick to hop into our third-party stuff. Assassin's Creed. I was talking about Syndicate earlier. Matt, you said you were playing through Unity.
Yeah.
Brant, you really need to hop onto Syndicate because it is awesome.
Take your word for it.
But Assassin's Creed has been an annual franchise since 2009. The last time they took a break between the series was between Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2. They had a 2-year break in there. Well, rumors come out that the next Assassin's Creed is going to take a whole year off and will come out in 2017. They said that the game will be set in Egypt, and it will be called Assassin's Creed Empire.
This sounds awesome.
I think it should be pretty cool. I mean, I loved Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I loved some of the stuff they threw in there. Like I was talking with you earlier, Matt, about some some special glitchy stuff where you go through a different point in time.
Yeah,
I think it is awesome. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with Egypt, though.
I guess you can scale the pyramids.
Yeah,
well, there'll be a lot more.
I feel like the setting will be easy enough to do to replicate in some way, but I feel like with all the Assassin's Creed games that they've done, everywhere from Assassin's Creed 1, which is in the Crusades, to all the ones they've done through the relatively recent era, there's a lot of history that they could base it in, like actual historical figures. They know where they were at what point in time, how they related to each other, and they weave the story inside of that. With this, it's like there's not really a whole lot of actual stories where we know about a lot of characters and everything they're doing at different time periods. Like, they're going to completely make up a story based around a few pieces of historical knowledge and a few key characters, and that's I think it might be a little open for interpretation, which means they might put their own whatever it is, political twist or something like that on it. I don't know, but that part makes me a little like nervous about where they're going there, but I think the gameplay will be cool.
This is the earliest, I think, that they've gone, isn't it? The first one...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, way
was
earlier.
In like around 1100, yeah.
Right,
Sure.
So, I mean, we're getting deep here. This is like the Jesus time, man.
Oh my god.
But, I mean, I'm glad that they're not annualizing it. It doesn't seem like... They'll
Right.
have the spin-offs and stuff still.
Honestly, though, this is the first time in a long time where I'm really looking forward to a new Assassin's Creed game because the hype I have from Syndicate and how much I loved it, I'm ready for the next one, and they decided to take a year off.
Yeah, honestly, it's
knew
like
you loved
every
it.
year, okay, I'm done with Assassin's Creed. Then they announce where it's going to be at. I'm like, okay, I'm on board. The next year,
Right,
year after
exactly.
year.
Exactly.
I always feel burned out, and then I see where the next one is, and it always seems so fresh and so new, and it's always the same gameplay. And you're just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Although, with Syndicate, I don't know, man. Syndicate was just great.
I still have to try it. I'll get to it, James.
Yep, you sure do.
Once
I'm
I
getting
get
to
my
Yeah.
backlog of shame out of the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, guys. Real quick, I mean, unless you guys know of anything, any kind of money-saving deals, I didn't get a chance to gather all that together this week. So I know there's some sales going on with Xbox. Right now on Xbox One, I know the free game is Killer Instinct Season 1. So if you don't have that yet, you can get that for free.
Season 1?
and
A
I have
fighting
Thief.
game has a season?
Right. They're actually about to come out with
Yeah.
Season 3.
They
What
do,
they're doing,
like-
they're releasing, it's kind of like character level packs, I think.
But
My
there's a story
understanding?
with it too, I think. Like the
Right.
campaign or whatever, they add a new one for each like season.
Interesting.
Yeah. But Thief was the other free game for Xbox One. Brant, do you know it's free in January for PlayStation this month?
Yeah. Actually, I have it right here. For PS4,
What do you got? Hit me with it.
Hardware Rivals, which I have not played yet, but I hear it's like Twisted Metal in the
Okay.
same vein. And Grim Fandango Remastered is free. And you get
cool.
that across the PS Vita and PS4 as well. For PS3, it's Dragon Age Origins, which is a great game. And Medal
yeah.
of Honor Warfighter, which I heard is not such a great game. But it's a free game.
Sure,
And then
sure.
Vita,
Cool.
you can get Nihil Umbra, I believe that's what it's called. I've heard good things about it.
Okay.
I know number 2 came out for iOS recently, and then the other one is Legends of War Pattern, which I have no clue what that is, but sounds interesting. So, yeah, they're free. Check them out.
Awesome. Well, I mean, that sounds like a lot of really good games coming out for January to get free. Now, one other one I know on Xbox 360, Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Oh, I need to get that.
I want to try that. That's the second half of the month of January. I'll probably get that because it's backwards compatible on Xbox One. And I want to play through that before the new one comes out because that got pushed back to like August, I think. So plenty of time to check that one out.
Yeah, that's a great game if you guys haven't played it yet.
Cool. Well, with that, guys, we will hop into our topic of the week. Hit it, Brant.
This is our predictions. Give us our predictions for 2016. Yeah. The Cool
Thank you for that.
Collected.
That was beautiful.
There.
Okay, guys, we're going to handle this like we have some other prediction episodes and our other list shows. What we're going to do, we each have 3 predictions. One we absolutely think is going to happen. One we think will possibly happen. And then one it's just crazy out there, but we want it to happen. So to kick things off, Matt, what do you think will absolutely happen this year for 2016?
Every time we do a prediction episode, and we always have like a definite. My definite is always still a little like unsure.
Sure,
I guess.
sure.
So,
That's fine.
so yeah,
That's fine.
This,
Gotta keep us
but
guessing.
For,
right.
For the 25th anniversary of Battletoads, Rare is going to have a Battletoads a new release.
I like
Oh,
that.
For Xbox
that is
One.
a very good guess.
I could
I did not
see
think
that
about it.
happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, for mine, it's one we had talked about earlier. My absolute to happen this year, I'm going to say the NX will absolutely come out this year before the end of the year. That is my first part of my prediction. I think it will come out in November, and I think it will be. Let's see, what did Xbox launch at? Right now, what are the systems at? $299.
$350.
Okay,
yeah.
I say the NX will launch, and it will be $399, which is a little bit higher than the other systems, but I'm just saying that because it's going to be a little bit more powerful than the other systems. So I'm going to guess it will launch in November at a $399 price point, the NX. But that is all I've got. I thought about adding a little more to that, but I don't want to get into too many specifics. Brant, what is your prediction?
Okay, I'll start off with Nintendo for this one.
Okay.
I think that the Wii U Zelda will launch in the fall for the Wii U. But then it'll also be announced as a Nintendo NX launch game, which I believe the NX will launch sometime at the beginning of winter. 2016-2017 window right there.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Cool. Okay, let me ask you. I was going to put this as part of my prediction, but I dropped it off the end.
Yeah.
Because I thought I got into a little too specific. Do you think it will be a console handheld hybrid like people expect it to be?
That's a tough question. I think that's what they're aiming for, and I think it'll be similar in the vein to the Wii U, but that you'll be able to take that tablet with you further, like a actual tablet. It doesn't have to pair up with your Wii U. You know, as you know what I'm saying?
Got it. Yeah. Right.
So it's not directly
tethered
to your Wii U. You can actually, Wi-Fi spot in another part of the US if you go out. Yeah.
Kind of like what Vita does.
In the same way, only I hope it works better than what PlayStation has.
Sure.
Which it isn't bad.
Okay, I mean, because what I was going to say was I think that it will ship as just a standard console, like an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, and I think the handheld part will just be a thing you can purchase separately if you want to, kind of like a Vita.
I see what you're saying. So you think
it'll
they're
be
doing away with the
because
3DS?
It'll help them.
Yeah,
I think it'll help them save in price otherwise. Because right now, if you look at, like, let's say they launch it, because people want more power in it, right? And with the problem with the Wii U was that they had to put so much cost into that gamepad, and that really made it a lot more expensive than they wanted it to be. And so if you can have a standard console and then add this additional handheld device to it, I mean, because that way not everybody has to buy it if they don't want it.
The only thing is Nintendo's never done things in a way that tries to compete with Sony and Xbox. They don't even, not that they like trash them or anything, but they don't even really acknowledge that they're competitors and they do their own thing. And I don't see them trying hard to all of a sudden catch up to that market in the sense of having a powerful system and having to save on money while having a powerful system. I just see them still doing their own thing with whatever idea they have, since they construct their games around that idea. So I don't know.
Sure, but they need that third-party support. They cannot have a system that's too far out there, because that's what hurt them this generation and last generation in a way. Because if Wii wasn't as successful as it was, I don't think it would have had all that third-party support, because people had to figure a way to make motion control where everyone else had standard control everywhere else.
The graphics,
so they kind of have to play
either.
Right, and they kind of have to play both sides of the fence, because they need to be able to keep that third-party support and keep it standard enough where third-party can be on it. But at the same time, they need to make it zany enough so it still feels like, innovative Nintendo. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But now, Bremy couldn't be here with us tonight, but he gave me his list. And his list was a little bit shorter, but he said that NX will release before the end of the year. That was his first prediction.
Not bold.
Okay, here's his possible prediction for his possible but not definite. He said that let's see here.
Does he have one?
He does. He said that a new 3D Mario will launch with the NX.
Oh yeah, I think they said that the Tokyo EAS or whatever they are has been working.
Well, they said they were working on a game, but they didn't say it was. I mean, he's saying that it will actually launch with the NX.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, Brant, what is your possible for this year?
Okay, well, I just hope this is true. Then this is on the PlayStation side. I think an Onimusha remastered collection will be announced for the PS4 and Xbox One as part of the series' 15th anniversary, because it's 15 years old, and perfect timing. Come on, Capcom, give us what we want. Please. I love those games. Amazing collection.
Cool.
And on top,
What is Onimusha? I've never actually heard of it.
Really?
Well, I've heard of it vaguely, but
Okay, yeah. Well,
there's
4 games in the series. Dawn of Dreams is the 4th. That was my favorite. But there's the 3rd one. They're like a Resident Evil inspired.
Okay.
I don't know how you explain it. It's an action adventure game in a way where you get items, and the first few games, the backgrounds were what is it called? They weren't 3D modeled. They were hand drawn. Yeah, well, in a way, yeah. And a beautiful game. Combat was great because it wasn't like Resident Evil where you had guns, but you had katanas and different powers and things like that. And the 3rd one was interesting because it took you to Paris in the future, and you meet that one Paris actor, French guy. What's his name?
Paris actor, French guy.
Oh, he's in a few movies. What is his name? Gosh, dang it. I
gosh.
forget what it is. Jean Ricard? Okay. No, I don't know.
Paris actor, French guy.
People know who I'm talking about if they've seen it. But yeah, it was a fun series, and I really hope something comes out about that. And I just want to throw this one out there as another PlayStation bold prediction. I don't think the PlayStation VR will be $800, but I think it will launch in the fall at $399.
Okay.
Which is a little high than what I think most people want, but I think that's a fair estimate given the external support it needs. So,
okay, cool. Well, my possible thing, which I think is probably going to happen, looking at Xbox right now and what they have coming out, I have a feeling that. Well, I was going to say a couple of games. I'm going to say Gears of War 4. I think that it will definitely be pushed to 2017. I do not think Gears of War 4 will come out this year. Even though I know they show gameplay and it's supposed to be the big holiday release, but I think that just with, Recore getting delayed, and with, what was the other one we mentioned earlier? Scalebound getting delayed. They need Gears, but at the same time, if you look at exclusives this year right now, PlayStation is going to trounce Xbox this year. Because if you look at the number of right. And honestly, in 2015, I felt like it was reverse, where Xbox had much, much better exclusives, where 2016 is the year where Sony's going to kick the butt of Microsoft for exclusives. So I feel like they may be saving their next big exclusive push for 2017.
Man, they got to have at least one fall release, though, and I think Halo Wars 2 is more likely to be delayed than Gears of War.
Okay. Well, Matt, what is your possible prediction?
That's me.
I had... Yeah.
But no, we're going with Matt because Matt didn't give us his
I know. I was talking for him. Like, wait. That's my prediction.
I think that Retro is going to announce a new Metroid game for the NX when they reveal the NX.
Ooh,
that's the new one they've been working on.
Got it. Well, here's one interesting thing that someone posted on Facebook. I think it was like earlier this week. I don't know where people find this information or why they're even looking for it, but I guess on Retro's website, they just posted a whole bunch of job listings to have help on a new game. So I don't know how far in development it is, if they're just now hiring people to work on it.
Yeah.
Well, the last game they released was Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which was almost 2 years. It was about 2 years ago now. So they've been working on something. Sure, but
it might have just been like R&D stuff where they're just getting the plan together and deciding, team leaders, how long it's going to take.
For
and
2
now
years?
That they've got, possibly. Look, hey, if it takes Last Guardian, 15 years to release.
Let's hope it doesn't take that long.
Oh, man. I'm just saying. But no, I can see that happening because if NX has a Metroid game at launch, dude, oh my gosh, that would be like...
Let's see, you'd have
insane.
Zelda, possibly 3D Mario, and Metroid.
Yeah.
That would kill it.
Right. Yep. And Miyamoto mentioned that they're working on Pikmin 4, and we have seen nothing of this game. So that might be an NX launch game too. So that would that would be awesome. But, okay, Matt, we're going to snake back around. What is your crazy out there, but you really want to see it happen prediction for 2016?
Okay, for those who pay any attention to the show, this isn't going to be that shocking to hear coming from me. But
Star Wars.
Well, don't worry. Nobody pays
Knights
attention
of the
to
Old
the show.
Republic 3.
Right. Yes, I'm not going to say Coder 3. But I am going to say, because of the new licensing and issues like that and stuff, I was going to say there's going to be 2 Star Wars games announced this year.
Oh,
one is going to be that one that the
1313.
It's not going to be 1313, but it is going to be an action adventure game based on Boba Fett in a different time frame. I know that one was supposed to be like in between episodes 3 and 4. It's going to be a different time frame, but it was going to be action adventure, and it's going to be in the style close to what Uncharted is. Not necessarily like history and all that, but in the flow, and that it's like
of the gameplay.
It's a linear gameplay that's action adventure style, because that's what the the director is familiar with. And then I think the other one is going to be...
Isn't the writer from Uncharted, didn't she leave there and she's working on that?
Yeah,
Star
that's
Wars
why I
game
think
now,
that's what
whatever
she's
it is?
familiar with. So that's what I was thinking. Unless she's changing her thing and going to open world, but I think it's going to be more of a linear story. Maybe even like along the lines of Dead Space, except Star Wars or something, obviously. And the other game that I believe is going to happen is not Coder 3, but a spiritual successor to Coder. I think that with the new movie coming out, they were going to wait to kind of push these new Star Wars announcements. They wanted people to take in the new movie, and I think it's going to be based in the new generation, I guess, with these characters. I think it's going to be a story around there, either that or in between episodes 6 and 7, and it's going to be a full-on open world. Basically, BioWare is going to make it, so it's going to be a BioWare game.
Dude,
that's
that
my big
sounds
crazy.
so awesome.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, here is my crazy out there prediction I would love to see happen. When they announce the NX, they're going to announce Bayonetta 3. Boom!
Bam!
Boom.
Because Bayonetta 1 and 2 on Wii U, I mean,
Get that
it's
hair
not super
flowing.
successful. Right. Because Bayonetta 1 and 2 wasn't super successful on Wii U, but it's popular enough where it won the Smash Brothers vote. And I know Platinum Games is really busy right now, and I know it won't release at launch of Wii U of NX, but I would love to see Bayonetta 3. That is my crazy prediction.
I like it.
Yeah.
Brant, what
about
do you have?
Bremy?
Man?
Did you read Bremy?
I can end with his, or we can do his before yours. That's fine. Bremy's crazy out there prediction is that Rare will announce a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
I like it.
But his crazy part of it will be for the NX.
What?
So if somehow Nintendo was able to get the rights back to Banjo-Kazooie, he would want it
That's
on the
crazy.
NX.
But I like, yeah.
Okay, Brant.
That's great.
Final prediction. Final prediction. What do you got, man?
Okay. Let's see. I was going to say something about Nintendo, but I forgot what it was. So I'll say something about Xbox here.
Uh-oh.
I think Microsoft is crazy. This is pretty bold, guys. This is out of control bold here.
Oh,
I
my
think
gosh.
Xbox, they're going to announce...
Hold on to your
They're
butts.
going to announce, or maybe not formally announce a new system, but I think they're going to lay the hammer down on some type of prototype device they're working on for the next gen this year at E3.
Really?
Oh, so you think they're going to announce whatever the successor to the Xbox One is?
Yes, I think
Wow.
they are looking to jump with Nintendo coming out with the NX now. I think they're looking to jump as fast as they can into the next generation because they've seen how it's affected them with not being out first. So I think they want to try to get ahead of everyone else. And to do that, they'll need to launch maybe a year or two after the NX.
Wow. That's a crazy prediction.
It is crazy.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I was gonna like extremely like say no at first, but I kind of agree to a point. I think you're right in that with the whole changing, with all the changes, that's been done since the Xbox One released, it's pretty much not the system anymore that it was intended to be with Kinect and everything, and a whole new team that's come in. I think they're ready to build what they want to build. I don't know if they'd announce it this year, though. I still think they'd wait a couple of years, but...
I honestly, though, I agree. I think at first I was thinking that's crazy talk, but Brant's got a point. I mean, you never know. You never know.
See, I'd say
but,
then you'll have the hashtag Josh was right when the Xbox comes out and announces.
Right. Oh man. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed our predictions. It is going to be a great year this year, 2016. Yeah. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show, and we would love to hear what your predictions are. So go ahead and tweet at us at Life of Gaming Pod, or go onto our Facebook page. Just look up Life of Gaming Podcast on Facebook. You can find us there. So make sure to let us know what your predictions are. Also, make sure to check out our YouTube page. Like I said, we got a brand new series we started called Indie Log. So make sure to check that out. We're going to be talking about our favorite indie games, which is, we've got a lot to talk about. And hopefully you guys haven't heard of, so we can hopefully open your eyes to some new experiences. Also, make sure to go on iTunes. Go on there and rate us. Check us out on there. Subscribe. We're also on SoundCloud and the Microsoft MP3 store. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at JamesPlus12. I am also on Wii U and Xbox, Jamester0722. And Brant, where can people find you, sir?
On Twitter, you can find me at _the_Brant, which I need to get on there more. I'm trying to make a valiant effort to get on there more. I'm just on Facebook so much more. And yeah,
sure.
For some reason I can't.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like it. But I'm trying to like it. I'm trying to get there, guys.
Well, Matt, what about you, man? Where can people find you?
Twitter, you can get me at cpunkrock07. I'm kind of there with Brant. I don't do a lot of tweeting. I look at it, I think, a little more, but
yeah.
Sure.
I just never have any words to say.
One of those creepy,
within
snooper
140
guys.
characters.
Yeah. Yeah, guys in the back just creepily looking at.
And Brant, one thing I want to
this
add from our
post looks
previous
nice.
episode, I'm glad to see you're still alive, because at the end of our last episode, you talked about some creepy guy out in your driveway with a flashlight. So,
oh yeah, I bet people want to
still
know
with
the
us.
sequel to that awesome liftoff there.
Did he just disappear?
Yeah, I opened the outside
He's right
door,
behind you.
and then he sort of just walked off gracefully. I had a metal bat behind my back just in case something happened.
Gosh.
Yeah.
This guy just totally runs at you like.
By metal bat, he means a
my
hand
gosh,
grenade.
what would I?
Oh,
Man, I'd be
and you
swinging
pull
for
out
the
bat,
fences,
you're
man.
He's like,
Zombie apocalypse.
oh man. Well,
Ready.
if you guys want to check out more awesome stuff from Life of Gaming this year, because we have a lot ahead, some great stuff coming, make sure to stay tuned on Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, everywhere you can find us. We are pretty nice guys, so if you want to talk to us, we are available.
Most of us are nice guys.
Hey, by the way, Jamie, when is
Yes.
the year anniversary for you guys?
February.
Oh, February. Okay.
The last week of February will be our 1 year.
Crazy.
So it's going pretty well. But until next time, guys, we hope you've enjoyed yourselves. But until next time, we are out.
Thank you, and bye.
Later.